Your attention, please. This week has been declared Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association WIAA Officials Appreciation Week. Tonight, our JV officials are Mark Ivetovich and Randy Montgomery. How about Ted Bonner and Ryan Mockler? Sorry about that. Thank you to all the hardworking and passionate individuals who dedicate their free time to officiating high school athletics. Our sports contest would not be possible without you. Thank you.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to the Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. A massive Swall girls basketball matchup tonight on Super Hits 106 as the Cuba City Cubans host the Fennimore Golden Eagles. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Well, as a result of what happened on Tuesday night when Mineral Point came from behind to knock off Cuba City 64-62, there's now a three-way tie at the top of the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League in girls basketball. Fennimore, Cuba City, and Darlington all tied at the top with identical 5-1 records. And ideally, the winner of this game ends up being in the driver's seat with the second half of the conference season coming up beginning next week. Cuba City has now lost 3 of their last 4 games. Granted, the other 2 losses in this skid are 2 losses to Madison, Edgewood, and Oregon, 2 of the top premier girls basketball programs in southern Wisconsin. So it's not like Cuba City isn't losing to bad competition by any means, but when you come into tonight's game with a record of 8-6 and losing 3 of their last 4 and having lost the way that they did against Mineral Point on Tuesday night, the Cubans looking to get things back on the right track. As for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, they've won 2 straight, including a win against Riverdale on Tuesday night, a rock fight type game where Riverdale fell to Fennimore 38-31. Briley Zink had 10 points in the win for the Golden Eagles. Their previous win was against Boscobel, and they had snapped a 3-game skid before this 2-game winning streak. Those 3 losses coming to SWC opponents Platteville, Dodgeville, and River Valley. As the JV game wrapping up here at Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium, we'll get things started with our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. We'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with Jason Derby of Cuba City and Ben Wood of Fennimore. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Also get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the opening tip between Cuba City and Fennimore in Swall girls basketball. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting, so stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
Contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
The mission of Apple River State Bank is to develop long-term relationships with farm customers. The bank is committed to do whatever is necessary to help your ag business be successful. Apple River State Bank will design financing solutions that are right for you. Stop by or visit appleriverstatebank.com for details. Or call Tim White or Jeff Millen in the Hazel Green office and see how they can add value to your ag business. Apple River State Bank, member FDIC.
Pregame 1.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore taking on Cuba City in Swall girls basketball. A big matchup in the Swall here tonight. We're joined by Fennimore head coach Ben Wood. Coach, thanks for joining us. Riding a 2-game winning streak with wins over Riverdale and Boscobel heading into this matchup with Cuba City. That comes after a 3-game losing skid against SWC opponents. But a big matchup in the Swall, especially given what happened to Cuba City on Tuesday night against Mineral Point. A 3-way tie at the top of the conference and an opportunity to control your destiny, so to speak, the rest of the way. Talk about the momentum that the girls have heading into this matchup and how key this matchup is for the Fennimore girls tonight.
Yeah, always a key matchup. You know, I think whenever you get an opportunity to play a good team, Cuba City's got a tradition down here. Obviously, state champs last year, silver ball before that. So we know they're going to bring it, and we're going to have to match that. But the momentum we have is we didn't play our best game against Riverdale. You know, we still found a way to win. We shot 19%. You know, we had a lot, and I think we were 2 for 15 from the 3-point line. So a lot of missed opportunities there. But that's basketball. Found a way to get the win and make this the game that it's going to be. And you know, we're ready to go, but we know that they're going to be ready too.
Yep, and talk about the landscape of the Swall now, because again, you got those 3 teams at the top, and Mineral Point has been playing better basketball. I think they're on a 16 winning streak now. Yeah. As the season progresses. How tough is it to coach in the Swall this year? Because it seems like it's as wide open as it's ever been, especially on the girls' side.
Yeah, I think it makes it fun. It makes it a little more stressful, though. I think last year we kind of all knew where we sat in the conference, and it was just a matter of not losing one of those games that kind of keep you in the 4th place or 3rd place. You know, now it's open, and you know we were a part of that. The win that we had early on against Mineral Point kind of opened those gates up, and then they did their job the other night to beat the unbeaten Cubans, and we're hoping obviously that we can add to that and get an opportunity to get a win here tonight. We know we're going to have to earn it. It's going to be a tough game. We know that they're going to be extra motivated after that loss to Mineral Point. So watching the end of that game, I'm sure that Coach Derby is going to have his team ready to go, and we're ready for it. Though you know we just got to play loose. This isn't a place we've had a lot of success, just like in Mineral Point, and that's kind of the message I've been sending the girls all week.
All right, awesome. Ben Wood with us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. The Fennimore head coach getting ready for the matchup with Cuba City tonight. Russell Office's injury report. How's the team health and injuries, illnesses, stuff like that? Anything that'll impact tonight's game?
I don't think so. I think we're ready to go. So we've been, knock on wood, lucky that we've had a few illnesses in the middle of there when we had that little skid, but I think we're back ready to go.
All right, excellent. And then the matchup with Cuba City tonight, obviously coming off that loss to Mineral Point. It's not so much the loss itself, but the way in which they lost. I think that they kind of have a chip in their shoulder heading into this matchup with you guys tonight. Talk about the strengths of the Cuba City team and what does Fennimore have to do tonight?
Yeah, their strengths are there's really no weak spot. I mean, usually when you play a team, you can look at 2 or 3 girls that maybe you don't have to help. You can help off. Here you don't. They're a good team, top to bottom. They're all kind of similar players. They like to drive, they like to dish, and they can hit shots. And I think the thing we're going to need to really do tonight is make sure they don't get settled into their gym, make their shots contested. We might have to give up some bunnies to them to make sure they don't get hot from the 3-point line. But their message is going to be simple. They felt like they should have won that game the other night, and so they're going to come bring everything they got at us. And our keys to the game are going to be pretty simple. We just got to have fun. You've seen me coach. My big thing is just play the game, and enjoy it, and understand this is just another opportunity. But this isn't the end of the journey. This is the start, and we know that if we lose this game, that doesn't mean we are out of the conference race. We know if we win the game, then we're going to have a bullseye on our back. So either way, it's going to be a fun rest of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's Ben Wood, head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
Are you tired of paying a fortune for your prescriptions? Look no further than In Focus Pharmacy, located at 1690 Elm Street in Dubuque. In Focus Pharmacy is proud to offer you discounts on your prescriptions through their 340B program, no insurance required. But wait, there's even more. In Focus Pharmacy offers free services like medication synchronization and delivery. Call them at 563-239-9151 or visit their website, infocuspharmacy.com, to start saving today. In Focus Pharmacy, where personal care meets convenience, quality, and compassion.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore and Cuba City squaring off in a big Swall girls basketball matchup tonight. We're joined by Cuban's head coach, Jason Derby. Coach, thanks for joining us. We were there on Tuesday night for the game against Mineral Point, a tough loss where Mineral Point was able to come down from behind and able to get the 64-62 win. It's the third loss in 4 games for Cuba City heading into this matchup with Fennimore tonight, where there's a 3-way tie at the top of the Swall heading into play this evening. Now that you've had some time to look over the film and had some chance to talk to your girls, talk about what you saw on the film from that game that you're taking into tonight's game and how the girls have responded after a tough loss like that on Tuesday.
Yeah, to be honest, we've had no team discussion on the film or the game on purpose, and I think that's a nod to Fennimore of nope. There's not time for that at the moment. There needs to be time for it, and there will be time for it. But we turned all of our attention to Fennimore. That was 100% of our focus at practice. And, kids are resilient. Kids will be fine, and they'll come out. They'll be ready to play tonight. Fennimore will be ready to play tonight, and I think you'll see a good basketball game.
Yep, should be a great matchup. And, with Fennimore coming in, we mentioned on Tuesday before the pregame interview about, how big this week was for Cuba City and how much that could, factor into the Swall race. what's it like being able to coach in games like this and kind of seeing that the swallow is pretty wide open? What does that do from a coaching standpoint as far as getting the players prepped? I know coaches are going to say you don't want to, break away from what always works, but, with there kind of being a bottleneck at the top, what kind of goes into making sure that everyone's prepared and that you are bringing your best game, especially in each conference game?
Yeah, I mean, you respect every team that you go up against, and when you get to this point, you hope that that non-conference schedule has done a little bit for you too, because we knew the number of people we graduated, and we knew that might mean that some of our non-conference games and your Edgewoods and your Oregons and your Dixons and those are meant to be learning opportunities, and then you hope that starts to pay off here. But the kids are fine. You learn from those kinds of things, and that's the only option because you can't go back and change it. So the only option is you learn from it or you don't. And obviously, there's one of those that's way more beneficial than the other. So, but yeah, in terms of it being a big game or whatever, it's we talked about this on Tuesday, but pressure is a privilege. You get to play in a big game. That's pretty cool. Some kids don't get that or don't get that very often. And the fact that you're playing in a big game is cool. And that should be fun for kids. You don't want to see that as a threat to, oh my gosh, this might mean that if they beat us, that means X, Y, and Z. No, it's not a threat. It's an opportunity. You have an opportunity to go play a competitive game and you get to do it in your home stands. And that should be fun. Yeah.
Yep, Jason Derby with us on our Raleigh Chase pregame show. Cuba City head coach getting ready for the matchup against Fennimore. Russell Office's injury report. What's the team health looking like, both in terms of injury and illnesses heading into this matchup tonight?
We're good. Ready to play.
All right, excellent. Good to hear. And then the matchup against Fennimore tonight. Obviously, they're having an outstanding season. It seems like these girls have been very competitive across all sports as of late. What stands out to you the most about this Fennimore Golden Eagles team? What does Cuba City have to do tonight?
Yeah, they have a lot of great effort. They go to the boards really, really strong. And that effort is, if you're not ready for it, that will cause problems. And they do other things well too, but that kind of jumps out at you as, oh, yeah, you really want to pay attention to this. So, every game you ask me and every time I tell you pretty much the same thing of, hey, we got to rebound, we got to take care of the basketball. And that's going to be the key again tonight. But that rebounding will be especially important.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for the coverage.
Absolutely. That's head coach Jason Derby of the Cuba City Cubans. We'll have more of the Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Tricor Insurance works with leading insurance carriers like Auto Owners Insurance to provide honest and reliable service when you need it most.
For one, I want them to know that they're not alone. They know that no matter what happens when it comes up, that they can count on us to assist them through that process, whatever it may be.
Tricor and Auto Owners Insurance for your home, auto, and more. Visit TricorInsurance.com to find an agent near you.
You don't have to live with sinusitis discomfort and painful symptoms any longer. Trust the experience of ENT specialist Dr. Dale Chilson at Grant Regional Health Center, who offers innovative technology and the latest procedures, including CT-guided sinus surgery. Are you ready to find lasting relief from sinusitis to breathe easier? Call 608-723-2131 to schedule your appointment at our specialty clinic location in Lancaster today. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Pregame 3.
High school girls basketball on Super Hits 106, sponsored by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. By Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. And by McNett Electric at Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Wrapping up our Raleigh Cheese pregame show from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. We are just moments away from the opening tip between Cuba City and Fennimore. We'll take our last time out, and when we come back, we'll get you the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups, Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the opening tip. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Tip-off coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for milking and cooling brand products and a full portfolio of high-tech dairy and cooling equipment. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and FullersMilkerCenter.com.
In Game 1.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, as the officials for tonight's game being recognized as its Winter Officials Appreciation Week in the state of Wisconsin. So Kerry Lawson, the athletic director, activities director here at Cuba City High School, giving some recognition as both Fennimore and Cuba City taking pictures with the officials at center court. Coming up in just a second, we'll have the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups and the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game. Our game tonight brought to you by Claire Bank with very convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. But we will step aside for tonight's national anthem from Cuba City High School.
Behaviors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Sportsmanship is a priority of the WIAA, its member schools, and each of our communities. We ask your cooperation in making this a positive and enjoyable experience for all. Please be considerate of those around you and support the camaraderie of sport. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hat, and place your hand over your heart as Cuba City High School graduate Allie Krieger sings our national anthem.
Tonight's national anthem from Cuba City High School, Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Big Swall girls basketball matchup tonight on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Cuba City Cubans hosting the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullersMilkerCenter.com. For the visiting Fennimore Golden Eagles, 11-4 overall, 5-1 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. Their starting lineup goes like this: a 5'6 junior, number 1, Briley Zink; a 5'9 senior, number 4, Peyton Lindowski; a 5'10 junior, number 5, Kylie Cole; a 5'8 junior, number 11, Kate Kenny. And rounding out the starting lineup for Fennimore, a 5'10 junior, number 12, Brooklyn Ritchie. The Golden Eagles are coached by Ben Wood, and he's assisted by Ryan Rosemeyer and Wesley Fry. For the home team, the Cuba City Cubans, 8-6 overall, also 5-1 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. Their starters tonight go like this: a 5'8 sophomore, number 1, Bethany Doherty. A 5'5 freshman, number 3, Allie Moravitz. A 5'8 senior, number 4, Allie Ingersoll. A 5'7 senior, number 12, Ashley Rowe. And rounding out the starting lineup for Cuba City, a 5'8 junior, number 22, Savannah Krieger. The Cubans are coached by Jason Derby, and he's assisted by Steve Graber and Aaron Kaiser. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Right out of the gate, Cuba City launching a 3 from the right wing, and that one's knocked down by Allie Ingersoll. And the Cubans are up 3-0, 12 seconds into the game as the Cubans apply pressure in the backcourt. Fennimore able to get it across the center court stripe, and now the ball is set up at the top as Kate Kenny looking for someone to pass to, finds Peyton Lindowski in the left wing. Lindowski with the ball over her head, fires to the top of the arc, but it's deflected but recovered. Riley Zink now in possession of the ball for the Golden Eagles. Goes out to Brooklyn Ritchie and trying to get back to Zink, but the Cubans come away with a steal. Cubans back down the floor. Ingersoll trying to lay it in. Ricochets off the left side of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Kylie Cole. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Fennimore in the traveling maroon Air Jordan jerseys with Eagles written across the chest in gold with gold numbers and gold stripes up and down each side of the uniform. Cuba City in the home white Nike jerseys with Cuba City written across the chest in yellow with yellow numbers and some yellow stripes going down each side of the jersey and yellow trim. Those are the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3-pointer coming off the inbound. It's off the back iron, no good. Shot missed by Brooklyn Ritchie, and the rebound collected by Cuba City. Cuba City leading 3-0, just over a minute gone by in the first half. Ball at the right elbow. Allie Moravitz looking for someone to pass to. Finds Ingersoll cutting towards the basket, and she lays it off the glass and in for 2. Allie Ingersoll with all 5 points for Cuba City. 5-0 Cubans. Minute and a half in, and the ball deflected out of bounds off the inbound. It was last touched by Cuba City, and the Golden Eagles will try inbounding again as the Cubans continuing to apply pressure in the backcourt. Or no, they're going to say it's Cubans basketball, and it will be Savannah Krieger inbounding for the Cubans, baseline left side. She will lob it into the high left side to Ashley Rowe. Rowe, right-handed dribble, cutting towards the basket. Ricochets off the right side of the rim. Kylie Cole with the rebound for Fennimore. Cuba City 5, Fennimore nothing. 16-16 remaining in the first half. Fennimore looking for their first points of the game. Kate Kenny able to get it across the center court stripe. Angles towards the left side. Now gives out to Lindowski, firing away from 3 off the back iron. No offensive rebound though for Zink. Zink tried to put it up, lost the handle on the way up. It's poked out of bounds. Last touch by Cuba City. So the Golden Eagles will inbound. Baseline right side of the basket. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Inbound pass is lobbed into the right wing and now toss over to the left side to Kate Kenny. Now Bradley Zink driving towards the left elbow, or right elbow I should say. It's my left as I see it on the stage. And Lindowski going towards the basket, lost the handle on the way up. Shot was off target, and a foul on the rebound. It's going to be against Peyton Lindowski, her first personal, team foul number 1 for the Golden Eagles. And with 15:44 remaining in the first half, it's Cuba City 5, Fennimore nothing. Ashley Rowe walking it across center court for Cuba City. Tosses to the right wing to Allie Ingersoll. Ingersoll finds Doherty in the right corner, back to Rowe on the high right side. Skips it to Ingersoll at the top of the arc. Now works his way to the left corner. Savannah Krieger driving towards the left elbow, and she's going to be called for a travel. Cuba City turns it over. 15:21 to go in the first half. Still Cuba City 5, Fennimore nothing. Game tonight brought to you by Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Fennimore inbounding, and Cuba City continuing to be relentless with the full court press, and a foul going to be called against Doherty. And she was all over Kate Kenny trying to get the inbound pass. First personal on Doherty. First team foul of the half for Cuba City. Inbound pass gets into Kenny, and Kenny trying to get past Doherty. Pushes ahead to Brooklyn Ritchie. Now back to Kenny. Kenny trying to get back to Ritchie, but it's stolen away by Krieger. Krieger back the other way, misses the layup, and Ritchie had the rebound momentarily. Now able to collect it, but she's going to go to the ground, and she traveled. So it'll be Cuba City ball. Boy, this Cuba City defense just relentless so far. Almost 3 minutes in. 15:04 to go in the first half. Cuba City 5, Fennimore nothing. Cuba City inbounding baseline left side. Ashley Rowe gets it on the high left off the inbound. Dribbles to the left elbow, pulls up for a floater. That one toilet bowls out, and the rebound pulled down by number 5, Kylie Cole, and they held ball. And alternate possession gives it to Fennimore. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Inbound pass gets into Briley Zink, and Zink hits the floor. And there's going to be a push called against Cuba City. It's going to go against Allie Moravitz. That's her first personal. Team foul number 2. And Fennimore trying to get it across center court as Kate Kenny dribbles behind her back, and she's met at center court by Allie Ingersoll. Pass down low for Brooklyn Ritchie. She deposits 2 off a big shot. Brooklyn Ritchie gets Fennimore on the board, 5-2. Cuba City leading the Golden Eagles with 14.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Ashley Rowe at the top of the arc, hands off to the high left side. Now back at the top to Doherty. Back to Rowe on the right. Now back left, catch and shoot 3. That one knocked down by Allie Moravitz. Allie Moravitz with the triple extends Cuba City's lead, 8-2 with just over 14 minutes left in the first half. Now Bradley Zink with a right-handed dribble sprinting across the timeline. Gets double teamed on the right wing, looking for someone to pass to, and they're going to say a whistle, and I believe Coach Ben Wood got a timeout in to stop the clock with 13:59 left in the first half. And looks like it's a 30-second stop, so we'll keep it here. Again, 8-2, Cuba City leading Fennimore early going here at Cuba City High School. McNett Electric at Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you, McNett Electric in Belmont. And by Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all your legal matters. Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Boscobel. Basketball is brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For it's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and ayersfurniture.com. Fennimore with the basketball coming out of the timeout, trailing 8-2. Now with 13:50 remaining in the first half, and a big fall there by Kate Kenny right in front of the Cuba City bench, and they're going to say it was poked out of bounds. Fennimore turns it over for the third time by my count unofficially, and Cuba City takes possession, again leading 8-2 with 13:44 to go in the first half. Ashley Rowe with the ball at the top off a pass from number 4, Allie Ingersoll, and she puts up a 3 off the right side of the iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Brooklyn Ritchie at Fennimore. Cuba City deciding not to press this time, but Lola Dressler beating Kate Kenny at center court. Ball swung over to Kylie Cole, now to Brooklyn Ritchie in the left corner. Ritchie driving towards the basket, now back out to the top. Riley Zink with the ball over her head, looking to her right. Now goes out to the left. Ritchie cutting towards the basket. Lost the handle on the way up. It went off her foot, out of bounds, and it will be Cuba City basketball. Just over 13 minutes to go in the first half. Cuba City 8, Fennimore 2. Applied Micro, your computer networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Ashley Rowe with a right-handed dribble. Right side of the paint. Now trying to put up a shot. It's blocked from behind, but a basket made and a foul as Ingersoll able to deposit 2, and she'll go to the line for one more. Fouls against Kate Kenny. That's her first personal. Team foul number 2 on the Golden Eagles. And we'll see Campbell Fitzgerald check into the game for Kate Kenny for Fennimore. Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Allie Ingersoll averaging 79% from the free throw line. She misses the free throw this time, but a whistle off the rebound, and it will be Fennimore basketball as it went out of bounds. Cuba City 10, Fennimore 2, 12:47 to go in the first half. Brooklyn Ritchie gets it in to Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald loses the handle as she crosses center court, and Cuba City comes away with the steal. Fennimore with their 5th turnover by my count. Pull up 3 off the right side of the point. That one splashed from long range by Allie Moravitz. Allie Moravitz now with 6 points on the game. 13-2. Cuba City leading Fennimore, and a foul on the inbound. Another push against Cuba City. They whistle up Lola Dressler for her first personal. Campbell Fitzgerald gets it off the inbound pass, gets it across center court, hands off to Briley Zink on the left wing. Tosses to the left corner to Lindowski. Now to Campbell Fitzgerald. Works its way to the right side of the point to Brooklyn Ritchie. Ritchie angles towards the left side. Pull-up jumper for Briley Zink. Off the side iron, no good. Volleyball for the rebound. It's pulled down by Ashley Rowe. Rowe pushing it down the floor quickly. Finds a teammate down low. Now back out. Catch and shoot 3 in the left corner. That one rolls out, no good. But an offensive rebound. The shot missed by Dressler. Dressler gets it back to the top. Now on the high right side, and they're going to say a travel on Allie Moravitz. Cuba City with the turnover. That's their second by my count. 13-2. Cuba City leading Fennimore. 11:51 to play in the first half. Great Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Riley Zink dribbling to the high left side. She's met by a double team. Ball works its way to Campbell Fitzgerald on the right side. Shot put up, ricochets out the side of the rim, and the rebound collected by Savannah Krieger. Cuba City back down the floor quickly. Another catch and shoot 3 in the left corner. That one splashed down by Lola Dressler. 16-2. Cuba City coming out fast and furious, and they come away with a steal. And under the basket, Doherty gets the deposit and the foul. What a shot. What a finish by Doherty. Foul goes against Briley Zink. That's her first. Fennimore now with 3 fouls and a timeout taken by the Golden Eagles. 11:16 to play in the first half. Cuba City 18, Fennimore 2. It's a full stop. We'll take one, too. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
The Menards 15% off bag sale is here. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it, if it fits in the bag, you save 15%. Need new tools? Updating your bath or faucet? Or simply want some snacks? Put them in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store at Menards and find out how much you can fit in the bag. Now through January 24th. See store for complete details.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't miss Ice Fest at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium on January 24th and 25th. From 10 a.m. until 2, come dressed for indoor and outdoor fun for the whole family, all included with general admission. Go for the gold with Winter Olympics-themed activities, enjoy history demonstrations, experience To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA, and more. S'mores and hot chocolate are available for purchase. For a detailed list of activities, head to rivermuseum.org/events. Don't miss Ice Fest, January 24th and 25th, only at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. In game 2.
Doherty misses the and one free throw, and Fennimore back down the other way, and a 3-pointer made off the right side of the point by Kylie Cole. Kylie Cole's 6th 3-pointer of the season makes our score 18-5. Cuba City leading Fennimore now under 11 minutes to play in the first half from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Tyler Dictanis with you from the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Ashley Rowe loading up for 3, bouncing off the back iron, no good. Brooklyn Ritchie with the rebound, trying to sprint down the floor quickly. Stops a dribble at the top of the arc, gives back to Briley Zink on the right wing. Zink losing the handle on the way up, and a steal by Ashley Rowe. Rowe back down the floor, skips ahead to a teammate. It's knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of Lola Dressler, and it will be Fennimore basketball with 10:26 to play in the opening half. Our game tonight brought to you by the Larson Family Funeral Home and the Soman Larson Funeral Home Fennimore and the Soman Larson Funeral Home of Montfort. And a double dribble, I believe, called against Fennimore, as the Golden Eagles have now turned it over 8 times in this first half, trailing 18-5, with 10:23 to go in the first half. Basketball tonight brought to you by Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management in Platteville and by Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Cuba City in possession of the ball. Ashley Rowe walks it across center court, getting a screen from a teammate, dribbling towards the basket, going baseline. That one rolls in for 2. Ashley Rowe with her first points tonight, the 5th different score for Cuba City, and Fennimore, again, trying to get past this stingy defense by Cuba City, but Cuba City able to force Fennimore into another turnover. Now under 10 minutes to play in the first half, 20-5, Cuba City leading Fennimore in a floater in the lane, and that one will drop for Allie Moravitz. Allie Moravitz now with 8 points on the game for Cuba City. 22-5, the new score with 9:42 remaining. Kate Kenny trying to push it ahead, but it's stolen away by Ashley Rose. Skips it ahead, and an easy layup for Trina Redfern. Cuba City's pressure defense is just dominant so far tonight. Riley Zink trying to put it up, and her shot's going to go off the backboard, but contact made as Riley Zink very slow getting up. And she's going to hobble to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. 9:26 remaining in the first half. It's the second foul on Allie Moravitz, team foul number 4 for Cuba City. Riley Zink at the line. And the first free throw is no good. Zink on the season averaging 10.3 points, 4.5 rebounds, and averaging 68% from the free throw line. As official asking Zink if she's still okay to be in the game, and she's going to stay in after that hard fall on the foul. And this free throw spins off the back iron, no good. Neither free throw drops for Fennimore. Cuba City with the ball, leading 24-5 with 9:18 to play in the first half. Ashley Rowe cutting towards the basket. Misses the layup and an offensive rebound, and the ball deflected and off the backboard out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Cuba City. Fennimore will take possession with 9:10 to go in the opening half. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. As a three-pointer was made by Allie Ingersoll. And a foul back down the other way as Kylie Cole tried to put up a shot but got whacked from behind. And Bethany Doherty guilty of the foul. That's her second. Team foul number 5 of the half. For Cuba City, Kylie Cole loading up for her first free throw of the game. And misses that one off the left side. Kylie Cole with 3 points on the game, averaging 6.4 points, 7.2 rebounds, and shooting 65% from the foul line. And that one bounces off the back iron. Cuba City collects the rebound. 27-5. Cuba City leading Fennimore, 8:45 to go in the opening half. On the high left, works its way to the top, now to the right side to Ashley Rowe. Rowe with the ball over her head, gives out to the top to Ingersoll, swing over to Trina Redfern. Now out to the top to Rowe. Rowe driving towards the basket, double-teamed, her shot way off target, and the rebound collected by Campbell Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gives out to Kate Kenny. Kenny met at center court by Lola Dressler. Now ball given to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald lost the handle. She's double-teamed at the top of the arc, finds Kate Kenny down low, and her shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Allie Ingersoll. Ingersoll back down the floor quickly, puts up a shot. She's fouled hard, and she's going to go to the line for 2. 8:04 to go in the first half. 27-5. Foul goes against Kylie Cole. That's her first. Both teams out with 5 fouls in the half. And the first free throw rattles in for Ellie Ingersoll. Gets her 11 points on the game. Basketball Tonight brought to you by Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Second free throw no good for Ingersoll. Score stays at 28-5. Cuba City leading Fennimore with under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Riley Zink on the high right side gives off to Brooklyn Ritchie, loading up for three, knocks it down. Brooklyn Ritchie with the triple. That's her 9th of the season. 28-8. Cuba City leading Fennimore. Ashley Rowe is off to Savannah Krieger on the high left, being guarded by Campbell Fitzgerald. Now Krieger driving towards the right elbow. Now in the lane. Puts up a floater. Gets that one to drop. What a shot by Krieger. Good job by Savannah Krieger creating space for herself in the lane. 30-8. Cuba City in front of Fennimore. Ball poked out of bounds on the far sideline as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Last touch by Cuba City. Fennimore will inbound. Brooklyn Ritchie gets it in to Kate Kenny. Kenny stops a dribble, goes off to Briley Zink on the high left. Now at the top, catch and shoot three for Fitzgerald. Banks it in. Campbell Fitzgerald banking a three-pointer from long range. Cuba City 30, Fennimore 11, under 7 minutes to go. Ashley Rowe stops her dribble on the right wing, goes off to the right corner to Ingersoll. Ingersoll out to the top to Rowe. Rowe with a right-handed dribble, switching to the left hand, getting a screen from a teammate. Now it's to the left elbow, spinning her way in the lane, kicks it out. Savannah Krieger in the right corner, and she's going to say she took off before she dribbled, and that's a turnover for Cuba City. Substitution made by Cuba City. Allie Morovitz now back in the game for the Cubans. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. As a pass is poked out of bounds by Cuba City. Fennimore will keep possession. 6:24 to go in the first half. Cuba City 30, Fennimore 11. Inbound pass lobbed in. Kylie Cole, duck under move, and able to deposit two is Kylie Cole. Kylie Cole now with 5 points on the game for Fennimore. Fennimore trying to claw their way back, 30-13. Cuba City in front of Fennimore. Small girls basketball on Super Hits 106, and a shot under the basket results in a foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Allie Morovitz. Foul goes against Briley Zink. That's her second personal. Fennimore with 16 fouls in the half. And the first free throw swished by Allie Morovitz. And Morovitz's second free throw also swished. Allie Morovitz now in double figures with 10 points, 32-13. Cuba City in front, and a steal and a near score by Allie Ingersoll, but shot ricochets off the side of the rim, no good, and Fennimore collects the rebound. Kay Kenny gives ahead to Campbell Fitzgerald. Ball over her head, gives out to the top to Ritchie. Ritchie looking left and right, finds Kate Kenny on the left side, catch and shoot three. That one rattles in for three. Kate Kenny with her first three-pointer of the game, number 18 for her on the season. Cuba City doubling up Fennimore, 32-16, under 5.5 minutes to go until the McNutt Electric halftime report. Ashley Rowe on the high right side, dribbling with the left hand, cutting towards the basket, but a foul on the floor. It's team foul number 7, so a 1-and-1 coming up for Ashley Rowe. As Bethany Doherty checks back into the game for Cuba City, Allie Ingersoll will get a breather. Ashley Rowe with 2 points on the game so far. And The official talking to the scores table. And it's not. It's not a one-on-one? Oh, they miscounted the fouls. Both teams with 6 fouls now. I missed a foul somewhere in my scorebook, but okay, there's 5 fouls on Cuba City, 6 on Fennimore. As the foul was against Brooklyn Ritchie. Now things are squared away. 32-16 the score. Shot missed under the basket, no good by the Cubans. And Fennimore with the rebound. Riley Zink with the ball over her head on the high right side. Right-handed dribble, switches to the left hand. Being shadowed by Ali Morovitz. Loose ball at the top of the arc, and Cuba City able to come away with the steal. Savannah Krieger back the other way. Shot off to the left side of the rim. Offensive rebound, though. And now Ashley Rowe with it on the high right. Ashley Rowe slowing it down. She's going to get a screen from Morovitz. Now in the lane, puts up a floater. That one rattles out, no good. And the ball kicked out of bounds as, I believe that was Ritchie. Tried to dribble it, but Krieger's foot was right there. Beg your pardon, Ashley Rowe's foot was right there, and it went out of bounds. So it'll be Fennimore basketball with 4:37 to go in the first half, 32-16. Cuba City in front of the Golden Eagles. And the inbound pass goes through the fingertips of Peyton Landowski, and Fennimore turns it over once again. And that down is Fennimore's 11th turnover of the game. And Cuba City will take possession. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Inbound pass gets in. Cutting towards the basket is Lola Dressler. Bouncing off the back iron, no good, but a foul on the rebound. 4:31 to go in the first half. Cuba City 32, Fennimore 16. And they whistle up Kate Kenny with her second personal. Lola Dressler at the free throw line. Dressler with 3 points on the game. And Dressler averaging 7.3 points, 5.4 rebounds, and shooting 59% from the charity stripe. And the free throw's no good. Fennimore with the rebound. Kate Kenny right on top of the Cubans logo at center court, and Dressler with the steal, fast break, and able to lay it in and score. Lola Dressler with the steal and score for Cuba City. She's got 5 points, 34-16. Cubans all over Fennimore. And Swallow Girls basketball on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Kylie Cole driving in the lane, has the ball ripped out of her hand by Ashley Rowe. Rowe back down the floor, switching to the left hand, pulls up for a jumper just off the right side of the lane, and a push, I believe against Fennimore, should put Cuba City at the line. It is a foul on Peyton Landowski. That's her second. Team foul number 8. Lola Dressler back at the line. And this is a 1-and-1. And the free throw is no good for Dressler. Fennimore with the rebound. 3:50 to play in the first half. Cuba City 34, Fennimore 16. Ball lobbed into Brooklyn Ritchie, right side of the paint, runs into a double team, kicks it out. And now in the left corner to Kate Kenny. Back to Ritchie at the top, now Landowski on the right wing. Landowski looking for someone to pass to, looking for Zink down low, but the pass was nearly stolen away. Zink is triple teamed under the basket. Ball ripped out of her hand. Ashley Rowe with another steal for Cuba City. Ashley Rowe with the ball over her head, right side of the point. Now decides to dribble, being guarded by Brooklyn Ritchie. Now switches to the left hand, driving in the lane, trying to get past Ritchie. Her shot ricochets off the left side of the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Peyton Landowski. Kate Kenny brings it back down the floor for Fennimore. Kylie Cole tried to get herself some room and took an extra step in doing so, and Fennimore turns it over again. Have that down as Fennimore's 14th turnover in the first half, 34-16. Cuba City leading the Golden Eagles with just over 3 minutes to go. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Ashley Rowe between the rings, now angling towards the right side. Gets a screen from a teammate. Now cross-court pass to Dressler. Dressler at the top finds Trina Redfern on the left wing. Now in the corner to Krieger. Krieger with a right-handed dribble goes out to the top to Ingersoll. Ingersoll to Dressler, back to the top to Redfern. Catch and shoot three for Ashley Rowe, knocked down from long range. Ashley Rowe with the three, gives her 5 points on the game, 37-16. Cuba City in front, and ball poked out of bounds. Last touch by Savannah Krieger. And it will be Fennimore basketball inbounding baseline, right side of the basket. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Shot missed by Bradley Zink on the right elbow. Cuba City back down the floor quickly. Reverse layup rolls in for Allie Ingersoll. Allie Ingersoll with 13 points in this first half, 39-16. Cuba City in front, and another near steal by Cuba City, and this one will be stolen away, as Trina Redfern able to save it from going out of bounds on the far sideline. Right-handed dribble for Ashley Rowe. Scoop layup is no good, but a foul and 2 free throws coming up for Ashley Rowe. Stops the clock with 1:41 to go until halftime, 39-16. Cuba City leading Fennimore. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. And the first free throw swished for Ashley Rowe on this trip. Ashley Rowe now with 6 points on the game, averaging 15 points per game, 5 rebounds, and almost 80% from the free throw line. Second free throw also knocked in. Cuba City 41, Fennimore 16. Inbound pass gets into Kate Kenny. Cuba City pressing in the backcourt once again. Brooklyn Ritchie trying to skip it back, and it's going to go out of bounds. Was looking for Kate Kenny, and Kenny zigged when she should have zagged. As this Cuba City defense just harassing Fennimore in this first half. Under 90 seconds to go till halftime. Cuba City 41, Fennimore 16. Savannah Krieger at the top, swung over to the high right side to Ashley Rowe. Rowe with a left-handed dribble, dribbles between the rings. Gives out to the top to Redfern. Finds Savannah Krieger in the left corner, back to the top to Rowe. Rowe with a right-handed dribble, gets a screen from Ingersoll, gives off to the high right side to Dressler. Now back to Rowe between the rings. Ingersoll swings it over to Krieger on the right corner. Now to the top to Rowe. Rowe directing traffic. Now decides to dribble. 50 seconds to go till halftime. Cuba City content with bleeding as much clock as they can. Krieger driving towards the basket along the baseline, and her pass is intercepted by the Golden Eagles. Fennimore trying to bring it back down the floor quickly. 33 seconds remaining till halftime. Campbell Fitzgerald at the left elbow lost the handle, and they're going to say a travel. If it wasn't going to be a travel, it was going to be a steal regardless, but Fennimore with another turnover. That's their 17th turnover in the first half. 27 seconds remaining till halftime. Cuba City 41, Fennimore 16. Ashley Rowe taking her time, jogging it across center court, standing right on top of the Cubans logo. Brooklyn Ritchie matching up with her defensively. Now left-handed dribble to the left wing. 7 seconds left. Now back to the right side. Being shadowed by Ritchie. Catch and shoot three for Krieger on the left wing. Off the front of the rim, no good. Ashley Rowe with the putback. No, bounces out the back iron, no good. But we go to halftime with the score. Cuba City 41, Fennimore 16. Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs. See Steve Landesky at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. And Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcersGolfandGrill.com. Coming up, our McNett Electric halftime report. We'll do a quick check on the shoebox scoreboard. We got high school wrestling over on 97.7 Country WGLR and a big girls basketball matchup in the SWC. as Platteville and Lancaster squaring off in a battle for first place in the SWC. Our McNutt Electric halftime report coming your way next on Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 3.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Our halftime score at Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Cuba City all over Fennimore, 41-16. On our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Also at halftime on X1071, Lancaster leading Platteville 28-24. Rob Spangler with the call of that one. Again on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As we mentioned earlier, high school wrestling on 97.7 Country WGLR. In the first dual match, Iowa Grant Highland defeated Cuba City Benton Southwestern 52-27. And IGH defeated Fennimore 43-34 in the second dual meet, and the third dual meet currently underway between Fennimore and Cuba City Benton Southwestern. They are tied at 17 apiece. Again, that's over at 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll take another timeout. We'll recap the first half scoring from our game here at Cuba City. Again, the Cubans leading Fennimore at the half, 41-16 in small girls basketball. Our McNutt Electric halftime report continues after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Are you feeling icky or feeling yucky or just feeling off kilter?
Let Crescent Quick Care help you fix that feeling. Crescent Quick Care combines high-quality clinical expertise with convenience to help you with serious but not life-threatening conditions. Crescent Quick Care is available Monday through Fridays with no appointment needed. Learn more by visiting crescentchc.org and hit the Our Services tab. Crescent Quick Care, a part of Crescent Community Health Center in Dubuque.
In Game 4.
The McNutt Electric halftime report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNutt Electric in Belmont. 41-16, Cuba City leading Fennimore in small girls basketball on Super Hits 106 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As the score would indicate, it has been a dominant performance by Cuba City in the first half due to a very, very devastating full court press that Fennimore hasn't quite been able to figure out. It's led to by my count, 17 Fennimore turnovers in that first half. They got more turnovers than they do points in the first half. Cuba City, by my count, had 5 turnovers in that first half, but again, that number very, very unofficial. But looking at the individual scoring for both teams, starting off with the Cubans, 2 players in double figures in that first half. Allie Ingersoll with 13 and Allie Morovitz with 10. And it's 7 points for Ashley Rowe. 5 points for Lola Dressler. 2 points apiece for Savannah Krieger, Trina Redfern, and Bethany Doherty. Everyone who saw action in the first half for Cuba City have points on their stat line. In the first half, Cuba City was 5 of 10 from the free throw line and converted 6 3-pointers in the opening half. For the Fennimore Golden Eagles, they are led in scoring by both Kylie Cole and Brooklyn Ritchie with 5 points apiece. And then Kate Kenny with a 3-pointer and Campbell Fitzgerald with a 3-pointer. Other players seeing action but not scoring in the first half for Fennimore include Briley Zink and Peyton Lindowski. In the first half, Fennimore was 0 for 4 at the free throw line, and they have 4 3-point makes on the game to this point. Again, the winner of this game, which looking to be Cuba City at this point, would be in the driver's seat with the second half of the conference season coming up around the corner, as it's Fennimore, Darlington, and Cuba City all tied at the top with identical 5-1 conference records. And oh, by the way, for Cuba City, their next conference game will be at home next Thursday against Darlington. We'll have that game right here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And for Fennimore, their next game, conference game, we should say, is on Thursday when they host Mineral Point. Remember, Fennimore won at Mineral Point 45-42 in the early part of the season. Part of the reason why there's such a bottleneck at the top of the conference. And Fennimore, or beg your pardon, Mineral Point, playing some really good basketball as they are now on a 6-game or 7-game winning streak after the win over Cuba City on Tuesday night. So the swall is wide open right now, but Cuba City coming off that loss on Tuesday night, flexing their muscle early on Fennimore through one half of play. 41-16 is our halftime score. This has been the McNett Electric Halftime Report. For all of your electrical needs, contact McNett Electric in Belmont. We'll take another timeout. We'll bring you the second half from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City. The second half coming your way next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Hi, this is Sue Rydell inviting you to become part of the Bell Tower Theater family. We all need a good laugh, and the Bell Tower has a great way to make sure you and your loved ones laugh all year long. A 2026 season subscription. You'll get 1 ticket for each of our 5 comedies, plus $10 for the concession stand, all for just $100. That's nearly 30% off. Get your 2026 season subscription at 588-3377 or belltowertheater.net. And remember, they make great gifts.
Start the new year saving money by shopping at Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena. Right now, certified Angus beef sirloin tip or eye of round roasts, $5.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef New York strip steak, $12.99 a pound. And bone-in country style pork ribs, $1.69 a pound. At Tammy's Piggly Wiggly, the butchers cut and hand trim all their meat daily and specially grind all hamburger twice daily, so it's always fresh. Check out shopthepig.com for weekly specials and select Galena, Illinois. Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena.
Wiggly, Wiggly, shop the pig.
In Game 5.
Tonight's audio stream on superhits106.com and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, sponsored by Cunis Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville. Also by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz of the crew for full-service repairs on cars and light trucks, too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fennimore. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fennimore. People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. member FDIC, and by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional friendly service. Cuba City began the second half in possession of the basketball, but Fennimore comes away with a steal, and the ball gets poked out of bounds under the basket. The ball will stay with Fennimore. 41-16 the score. Cuba City leading the Fennimore Golden Eagles as Kate Kenny's inbound pass is going to roll into the backcourt and will be saved by Kylie Cole, pushing ahead to Briley Zink, although there were two Cuba City defenders there. And a reverse layup is good for Kate Kenny. Kate Kenny now with 5 points on the game for Fennimore and gets Fennimore on the board first in the second half. 41-18. 30 seconds gone by into half number 2. Savannah Krieger at the top, handing off to the left side. Allie Moravitz trying to get past Briley Zink in the paint. Now back out to the high left side, now to Ashley Rowe. Rowe switching from the left to the right hand, being guarded by Brooklyn Ritchie. Now drives in, kicks it out. Savannah Krieger loading up for 3, knocks it down. Savannah Krieger with the triple from the left corner. Cuba City 44, Fennimore 18, a minute gone by in the second half. Kate Kenny gives off to Lendowski. Lendowski trying to drive in, draws some contact, no foul called. Shots missed, and Cuba City collects the rebound. Ashley Rowe gets to Krieger in the left corner. Ball over her head, looking for someone to pass to. Gives back to Rowe. Rowe at the top, gives off to Moravitz on the high right side. Hands it out to Bethany Doherty, and a travel going to be called against Allie Moravitz as she was driving towards the basket. Cuba City with the turnover. Fennimore will take possession, trailing 44-18 as Kate Kenny will bring it across the timeline, sprinting across, and she's going to be called for a carry, and Fennimore turns it over again. Tonight's game brought to you by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. And by Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. See at bank.com. Member FDIC. Moravitz driving in. She's double teamed momentarily, and she's going to be called for a double dribble, and Cuba City turns it over. McNutt Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. Kylie Cole kicks it up. Riley Zink loading up for 3. Off the side iron, no. Rebound collected by Allie Ingersoll. Ingersoll hands out to Allie Moravitz, bringing it across center court, pulls up for 3 at the top of the arc, off the back iron, no good. Brooklyn Ritchie with the board for Fennimore, and the ball's kicked out of bounds by Allie Ingersoll. Fennimore will keep the ball. They've also brought to you by Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. As Brooklyn Ritchie looking for someone to pass to, able to get it into Kate Kenny, and Kenny sprints across the timeline. Angles towards the left corner. Now to Zink, cutting towards the basket. Contact under the basket, but no foul called. And Krieger with the rebound for Cuba City. Back down the floor quickly as Doherty able to lay it in. Doherty gets the bucket off the assist by Ashley Rowe. And a violation called against Cuba City. And the Cubans will inbound baseline left side as Krieger looking for someone to inbound it to. Able to find Allie Ingersoll. She loses her footing, cutting into the paint. Able to find Ashley Rowe. Loads up for 3 and nothing but net from the left wing. Ashley Rowe now with 10 points on the game, 49-18. Cuba City in front as a layup missed off the side of the rim by Kylie Cole, and Cuba City with the rebound. Ellie Moravitz with the yo-yo dribble, now dribbles to the left side of the point. Gets a screen from Ashley Rowe. Now driving towards the basket. Tried to lay it in, shots off target, rebound pulled down by Briley Zink. Zink gives out to Kate Kenny. Cuba City deciding not to press, but Kenny's met by Allie Moravitz as she crosses the center court line. 3-pointer coming up for Peyton Lendowski, bouncing out the back iron, no good. Kate Kenny with the offensive board, finds Kylie Cole loading up for 3. That one rattles in for the triple. Kylie Cole now with 8 points for the Golden Eagles. Cuba City 49, Fennimore 21. Just over 14 minutes to go. Bethany Doherty gives off to the top to Ingersoll. Finds Savannah Krieger. Now cutting towards the basket is Allie Moravitz, and she puts it in for 2. Allie Moravitz with 12 points for Cuba City, 51-21. Cubans on top of the Golden Eagles. Small girls basketball on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Ball lobbed into Kate Kenny. Now works its way to the right wing to Zink. Zink stumbles dribbling towards the left wing. Cutting towards the basket is Ritchie. Lost the handle on the way up. Gets her own rebound. Dribbles to the left corner. Trying to go in the paint once again. Ball's loose on the floor, and they're going to say she's guilty of a travel. Fennimore turns it over. Our game tonight brought to you by the Larson Family Funeral Home and the Soman Larson Funeral Home, Fennimore, and Soman Larson Funeral Home in Montfort. Cuba City in possession of the ball. 13-20 to go in the second half as Ashley Rowe trying to bark out orders, and a miscommunication with Allie Ingersoll as Kylie Cole comes away with the steal, and she's able to drive it towards the basket and put it in. Kylie Cole with a steal and score, and Cuba City wants a full timeout. We'll take one, too. 13:02 to play in the second half. Cuba City 51, Fennimore 23. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 6.
Fennimore pressing, coming out of the timeout, catch and shoot three in the right corner's knocked down by Allie Ingersoll. Allie Ingersoll with 16 points for the Cubans. Cuba City 54, Fennimore 23, 12:43 to play in the second half. Ritchie driving towards the basket, lost the handle on the way up. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Golden Eagles. Kate Kenny sets to throw on the inbound pass. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Basketball for your legal matters. Contact Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Basketball. Inbound pass gets in to Briley Zink on the right wing, gives it out to the top. As Kylie Cole with a jab step, now swings it over to the right wing, now right corner to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald get back out to the top to Zink. Zink finds Ritchie in the paint, now back out. Kylie Cole loading up for three on the right wing, back iron, no. Rebound collected by Ingersoll. Gives out to Ashley Rowe. 54-23, Cuba City leading Fennimore, just over 12 minutes to play. Scoop layup is good for Allie Ingersoll. Allie Ingersoll with 5 points in the second half. She's got 18 in total, 12 minutes to go. 56-23. Cuba City in front as contact made as Bradley Zink was charging towards the basket. It'll be a foul on Allie Moravitz. That's her third. And free throws coming up for Bradley Zink. Zink looking for her first point. She's 0 for 2 at the line so far tonight. And the first free throw swished on this trip. Basketball tonight brought to you by Southwest Health. With over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And by Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Second free throw for Zink. Rattles out, no good. Score stays at 56-24. Cuba City in front. Lola Dressler handing off to the high right side to Bethany Doherty. Doherty takes one dribble back out to the top to Ashley Rowe. Rowe looking towards Ingersoll, and a hand check foul going to be called against Fennimore. It'll be the third personal on Briley Zink. First team foul of the half for Fennimore. Trina Redfern with the inbound pass gets it into Ashley Rowe. Rowe in the paint, runs into a triple team, contact made, and she's got free throws coming up. And that is the fourth personal on Briley Zink. Ashley Rowe back at the free throw line. Rowe with 10 points on the game. And Rowe misses the first free throw on this trip. Basketball brought to you by Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. As the second free throw also no good for Ashley Rowe, goes out of bounds, and it will be Golden Eagles basketball with 11:31 to go in the second half. Cuba City 56, Fennimore 24. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Vinsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Brooklyn Ritchie at the top of the arc, gives off to the right corner to Catherine Nelson now in the game for Fennimore. Nelson finds Kate Kenny on the right wing. Kenny takes one dribble, then pulls up for a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Dressler. Dressler gives out to Ashley Rowe. Rowe finds Doherty, open three, left wing, got it. Bethany Doherty with the first three-pointer of the game. Doherty with 7 points in total. Cuba City 59, Fennimore 24. Under 11 minutes to go, and ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fennimore. Ball last touched by Doherty. Our game tonight brought to you by Edward Jones Reese Wealth Management in Platteville and Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Fennimore inbounding on the far sideline. Ball skipped in from Brooklyn Ritchie to Campbell Fitzgerald. Ball works its way to the right corner to Eden Fry. Now out to the top to Nelson. Nelson looking for someone to pass to. Fakes inside. Now off to the high right side to Eden Fry. Eden Fry gives back to Kate Kenny. Kenny with a crossover dribble. Off to the left wing. Now Ritchie charging towards the basket. Stops her dribble. Pulls up for a layup. It's no good. Second chance for Kate Kenny's no good, but she got fouled on the way up, and free throws coming up for Kate Kenny. Kate Kenny with 5 points on the game. First free throw attempt. And the first free throw is no good. Fouls against Bethany Doherty. That's her third. Second team foul of the half for Cuba City. As this free throw is knocked down for Kate Kenny. Cuba City 59, Fennimore 25. 10:20 to play in the second half. Century 21 affiliated in basketball. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in basketball. Savannah Krieger with a three in the right corner. Ricochets out the side of the rim. Offensive rebound for Doherty. That one's no good. Scramble for the rebound. Left side of the paint. Lola Dressler able to get it away. Now gives off to Ashley Rowe. Rowe dribbles to the right elbow. Now retreats to the top of the arc. Trying to give it to Savannah Krieger, but Fennimore comes away with the steal. And Dressler steals it right out of the hand of Brooklyn Ritchie right back. Ashley Rowe back down the floor quickly, and a reach-in foul going to be called against Fennimore. I believe it was on Campbell Fitzgerald. Have that down as her first. Team foul number 3 of the half for Fennimore. 9:45 to play in the second half. Cuba City 59, Fennimore 25. Anytime Roofing, visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. Dressler on the right wing gives off to Ashley Rowe. Pull-up jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Brooklyn Ritchie with the rebound. Gives out to Campbell Fitzgerald to bring it across center court. Fitzgerald steps her dribble at the top. Finds an open teammate. Eden Fry loading up for three. Off the back iron, no good. Second chance. Rolls off the front of the rim. And Ashley Rowe wrestles away the rebound for Cuba City. Ashley Rowe back down the floor. Shoves ahead to Dressler in the corner. Dressler back out to the top. A couple dribbles and a three for Ashley Rowe. Off the back iron, no good. And a whistle on the rebound. Illegal contact made by Cuba City. That'll be a foul on Doherty, and that's her fourth by my count. And Doherty does check out of the game. That brings back in number 3, Allie Moravitz. Just over 9 minutes to play in the game. 59-25. Cuba City leading Fennimore. A catch-and-shoot 3 on the left wing for Catherine Nelson. Ricochets off the side of the rim. And the Cubans come down with the rebound. Moravitz back down the floor. Pull up 3. Side iron, no. Scramble for the rebound, and it's collected by Fennimore. Ashley Rowe tried to save it for Cuba City, but there were 2 Golden Eagles right there flocking to the basketball. Now in the left corner, charging towards the basket is Nelson. Trying to draw contact, and her pass is deflected and stolen away by Ashley Rowe. Ashley Rowe at the top of the arc. Now over into the corner. Trina Redfern loading up for 3. Overshoots the rim, and the rebound collected by Eden Fry. 8:12 remaining in the second half. Cuba City 59, Fennimore 25. Cuba City with a dominant bounce-back performance after that tough loss to Mineral Point on Tuesday night, as a shot missed by Brooklyn Ritchie under the basket. It rolled off the side of the rim. And Moravitz will bring it back down to the front court for Cuba City. Crosses over, cutting towards the basket. Layup too strong off the backboard, and Catherine Nelson with the rebound for Fennimore. West End Salvage of Lancaster, see Junkyard Joe Cranston, the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Nice feed down low. Nice finish off the glass for Eden Fry. Eden Fry gets her first points of the game. It's Cuba City 59, Fennimore 27, under 7.5 minutes to play. Trina Redfern on the high right. Gives off to the top to Dressler. Now to Moravitz in the left wing. Moravitz dribbles inside the paint. Now back out to the high right. Back to Moravitz on the left. Moravitz pulls up for 3. Nearly got wedged on the left side of the rim, but Fennimore with the rebound. Kate Kenny switches from the right to the left hand as she crosses center court. Gives off to Eden Fry. Fry finds Brooklyn Ritchie on the right wing. Now in the left corner. Pull up 3 for Catherine Nelson. That one's no good off the left side of the rim, and Cuba City back down the floor with the rebound. Moravitz gives out to Redfern in the corner. Now back out to the top to Moravitz. Catch and shoot 3. Off the back iron, no good. Reverse layup, no good for Dressler, and Campbell Fitzgerald gets the rebound for Fennimore. 6.5 minutes to play. 59-27. Cuba City leading Fennimore. Brooklyn Ritchie switching from the right to the left hand, angling towards the left corner. Another 3 coming up in the left corner. That one's no good. Shot missed. I believe that was Eden Fry on the 3. And the ball's loose on the floor. Savannah Krieger hits the floor. That'll be a foul against Kate Kenny. That'll be her 3rd personal. Should be team foul number 4 on the Golden Eagles. Basketball tonight brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Moravitz brings it across the timeline for Cuba City. The Cubans in front, 59-27. 3-pointer on the left wing is good for Lola Dressler. Lola Dressler now with 8 points on the game. Her second 3-pointer of the contest, 62-27. Cuba City dominating Fennimore. Peyton Landowski gives out to Campbell Fitzgerald in the left corner. She pulls up for 3. Trying to bank it in, but it goes off the right side of the rim. Cuba City back down the floor quickly. Fast break. Layup is no good, but a foul from behind will send Ellie Ingersoll to the charity stripe. Foul goes against Brooklyn Ritchie. That's her second. And the first free throw good for Ellie Ingersoll. Actually scratched that. That was the 3rd on Brooklyn Ritchie. I miscounted a foul somewhere. 63-27, the new score with 5.5 minutes to go. And the second free throw also good for Ingersoll. Ellie Ingersoll now with 20 points on the game. 64-27. Cuba City in front. Caitlin Dosky in the right corner, trying to feed Brooklyn Ritchie down low. Her layup rolls off the side of the rim. Campbell Fitzgerald with the second chance. That one's no good either, but she got hit on the elbow on the way up, and 2 free throws coming up for Campbell Fitzgerald. Fouls against Allie Ingersoll. That's her first. Both teams out with 5 fouls in the half. And the first free throw missed by Fitzgerald on this trip. Fitzgerald with 3 points on the game. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington, and Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. The second free throw was good for Fitzgerald to give her 4. And it's Cuba City 64, Fennimore 28, just over 5 minutes to play. Ball at the top, charging towards the basket is number 5, Lola Dressler. Her shot's off target, and the rebound collected by Fennimore. Riley Zink switching from the right to the left hand. Tosses to the left wing to Brooklyn Ritchie. Ritchie gives off to Kylie Cole. Now out to the top to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald finds Kylie Cole in the corner. Cole charging towards the basket along the baseline. Shot's no good, but a foul on Cuba City. Stops clock with 4:37 to play. Fouls against Lainey Welp, number 20. Her first personal, team foul number 6, and Kylie Cole's first free throw rolls off the front of the rim, no good. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. And by Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years, as the second free throw is no good for Fennimore. Ball on the high right side for Cuba City as it swung over to the left to number 10, Emerson Niles, who's now in the game, as Cuba City going deep to their bench with a big lead and just over 4 minutes to go. Dressler gives off to Ingersoll in the right corner. Now back in the left corner, or right corner, I should say, for Cuba City. Three-pointer coming up for Lola Dressler off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound for Niles. Niles stops her dribble on the left wing, gives out to the top to Dressler. Dressler finds Allie Ingersoll on the right wing, then sets a screen. Able to find Lainey Welp. Welp gives out to Niles on the left corner. Niles dribbles to the left wing, gives out to the top. Lainey Welp driving towards the basket. Tried to put up a shot, but a foul against Fennimore will send Lainey Welp to the free throw line. Foul goes against Catherine Nelson, her first. And Lainey Welp with her first free throw. And this one's no good. Game tonight brought to you by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. And by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAceGolfandGrill.com. And the second free throw is good for Lainey Welp. 65-28. Cuba City leading Fennimore. 3:22 to go. And a reach and foul going to be called against Cuba City. Emerson Niles guilty of the foul. And a 1-on-1 coming up for Briley Zink. Zink is 1 of 4 at the line. And hits the first free throw on this trip. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Briley Zink hits the second free throw, converting both. Makes it Cuba City 65, Fennimore 30 with 3:15 to play. Lainey Welp with a cross-court pass. Now into the right corner to Lola Dressler. Back out to the top, now to the high left to Dressler. Erica Dressler, number 13 in the game, so there's 2 Dresslers on the floor. As Laney Welp under the basket, able to find Lola Dressler. Her 3 balls short of the rim, and the rebound collected by Kylie Cole of Fennimore. Kylie Cole finds Briley Zink on the left wing, now driving towards the basket. Ball slips out of her hand on the way up as the layup was off target. And Fennimore able to wrestle the basketball away finally, as a foul on the floor called against Cuba City, but a 1-and-1 coming up for Kylie Cole at the free throw line with 2:33 to go. Cuba City 65, Fennimore 30. Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Kylie Cole misses the free throw. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Fennimore. Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Plantville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Campbell Fitzgerald gets the inbound pass in. Bradley Zink charging towards the basket. Layup rolls off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Peyton Landowski, and the pass is intercepted by Laney Welp. And a steal right back by the Golden Eagles. And it's stolen right from behind by Lola Dressler. Ball push ahead, Laney Welp under the basket, trying to lay it in off the side of the rim, no good. Kylie Cole with the rebound for the Golden Eagles. 2 minutes left. Cuba City 65, Fennimore 30. And a pass intended for Fitzgerald goes over her head and watches it go out of bounds. It will be Cuba City basketball with 1:52 to play. Lily Shireman, a 5'8 freshman, set to check in for Cuba City. That will send Lola Dressler to the bench. Southwest Health, with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more at southwesthealth.org. Cuba City leading 65 to 30, 100 seconds left to go. Ball in the right corner, three-pointer rolls out, no good. Peyton Landowski tracks down the rebound for Fennimore. The Larson Family Funeral Home and the Soman Larson Funeral Home, Fennimore, and the Soman Larson Funeral Home in Montfort. And a layup is made by Campbell Fitzgerald under the basket. Makes the new score 65-32. Minute 13 to play. Erica Dressler on the high right side, looking for someone to pass to. Gives out to the top to Emerson Niles. Back to Dressler. She'll pull up for three. Back iron, no. Campbell Fitzgerald there for the rebound for Fennimore. Now under a minute to play. Ball left corner, Kylie Cole pump fakes, driving towards the basket, runs into a double team, and the clock is stopped with 47.7 seconds as free throws coming up for Kylie Cole. Foul goes against Laney Welp. That'll be her second. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all your legal matters. Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Boscobel. And the first free throw for Kylie Cole drops. Kylie Cole now with 11 points on the game for Fennimore. Cole's second free throw. Off the side iron, no good. Rebound collected by Shireman of Cuba City. And a three-pointer made by Erica Dressler. (68-33). Cuba City leading Fennimore. Cuba City set to go to 9-6 on the season. And they will go to 6-1 in SWAL play. As another foul called against Cuba City, and that will send number 10, Ava Winkers, to the free throw line for Fennimore. Ava Winkers averaging 1.2 points, and she's a 75% free throw shooter and misses the first free throw on this trip. And the second free throw made for Winkers. Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin and Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. Erica Dressler on the high right gives off to the top to Brooke Terpstra. Terpstra going to dribble it out. And that will do it. Your final score from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium, Cuba City bounces back and gets a big win over the Fennimore Golden Eagles, 68-34. Cuba City goes to 9-6 on the season and 6-1 in the SWAL. Their next game will be Tuesday at Prairie du Chien, and their next conference game will be on Thursday against Darlington here in Cuba City. We'll have that game on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore falls to 11-5. They are 5-2 in the SWAL. Fennimore's next game, a tough one at Lancaster on Tuesday. We'll have that one over on X1071 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then a conference game on Thursday when they host Mineral Point. Again, Cuba City, your winner, 68-34. Coming up, we'll have the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show. We have the Tri-Core Turning Point, the Hermses Ace Hardware MVP, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. That's all straight ahead on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 7.
Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. We'll have more on our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Cuba City, your winner, 68-34. Postgame show coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the automated milking systems line and all of the latest in automated milking systems. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 8.
Back on the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City a winner over Fennimore, 68-34. And we have some victorious Cubans with us for the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. We're joined by Allie Ingersoll, who had 20 points on the game for Cuba City tonight. And Allie, congrats on the win. This was probably a very nice way of coming back after a tough loss against Mineral Point on Tuesday. We saw how that game played out. Talk to us first about what it was like coming off that loss against Mineral Point, and how did that help with the focus for tonight's game against Fennimore?
You know, it was really tough coming off that loss, especially since we were up the whole game, but I think we really came out and made a statement tonight and really played how we know who we are.
Yeah, but it seemed like the defense was going to be the point of emphasis early on, applying a lot of backcourt pressure, forcing a lot of turnovers. I think Fennimore had more turnovers than points in the first half. So talk about the attitude and the aggression, and it seemed like that was something that you wanted to do early on, was really set the tone defensively and really suffocate what Fennimore wanted to do.
Yes, that was definitely one of our goals for this game, and we've been really working on our defensive end in practice, and I think it really paid off tonight.
Yeah, but definitely did. And, a dominant win against one of the top teams in the SWAL, as there were 3 teams bottlenecked at the top conference-wise, but now it seems like Cuba City's in the driver's seat with the second half of the conference season around the corner. Talk about this season as a whole to this point, because you look at the record 9-6. You've had some really tough opponents, been playing up a weight class, so to speak, with some of the teams that you've been facing. What have been some of the things that you've been learning about this team as the season goes along, and what goals does Cuba City have with the second half of the season coming up?
Yeah, we've really had a tough schedule this year, but we've been in every game so far, and I really think that's going to help us in the long run when we get to postseason.
Yep, should be fun. Looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, that's Allie Ingersoll, and we're now joined by Ashley Rowe. Rowe had 10 points on the game for Cuba City tonight, and Ashley, kind of the same thing. The attitude and the mindset, very tough loss on Tuesday, but really set the tone early in this game against Fennimore. Talk about what your mindset was heading into this one and setting the tone for the Cubans here tonight.
Our goal today was just try to show the SWAL that just because we lost, we're still determined to win and that we are in the top of the SWAL, and just prove that that loss was a fluke and we're ready to come back even stronger than what we were.
Yep, it was a very strong performance. Again, a very, very big victory, 68-34, the final, scoring 10 points in this game. And it kind of felt like everyone was starting to get involved offensively, but, defensively, it just really seemed like you guys were able to do what you wanted to. And, it wasn't so much that Fennimore couldn't get shots off. They couldn't even get the ball across center court a lot of the time. Was that just an attitude thing, or was that more of a schematic type of thing here?
Defense is always a huge focus for us. Defense wins championships, and we've learned that the past couple seasons, and today is no different. We won because of our defense and boxing out, and getting turnovers, because if we get turnovers, they don't get a chance to shoot, and it gives us more opportunities to shoot.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I asked Allie this question a bit ago too. As far as the goals for Cuba City, you got the second half of the season coming up. When people look at the record, 9-6, not always, the most impressive, type of record. But as we've said, you guys have had a very tough schedule. You guys have deliberately played tougher teams so that you guys can be sharper with the second half of the season and the postseason coming around the corner. What things have you learned about your teammates and this Cuba City team in particular, and what goals does Cuba City have the rest of the way?
Our goal is always to do the best we possibly can, go far in the playoffs. I don't know.
All right, awesome. Well, go enjoy this win, Ashley. It was a lot of fun to call. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ashley Rowe of Cuba City, and we're joined now by the victorious head coach, Jason Derby of the Cuba City Cubans. And, Coach, it was one of those things where, you saw what happened on Tuesday. It really seemed like the defense set the tone early on and forced Fennimore into a lot of turnovers, really suffocated Fennimore on the defensive side. Talk about the things that went right for the Cubans this evening.
I mean, I think that's our identity as a team, is the defensive end. And I think that you look at Tuesday and you give up 64 points, and that's a lot of points. And it's a credit to, the opponent as well. But that's where it all comes back to, is it's that defensive end, and the defensive end is some technique and it's some just straight up effort. And it really is both. And the girls are bought in. That was you just saw tremendous effort that came together from them tonight, and that was great. So it was a fun game to be on the sideline for.
They seemed very all business coming into this one, just watching them warm up and then just seeing how aggressive they were defensively coming into the game. What was the mindset of the girls coming into this one, coming out, right at the start of the game and, kind of throughout the game as well?
I mean, I think Fennimore is a 5-1 conference team coming in who is 11-4 overall and has a tremendous season, and we got to come in and show up and play our game and respect the opponent like we respect every opponent. And we had some things go right tonight, fortunately, and it went well.
Yep, definitely. Let's hand out some post-game awards, Coach. Our Tricor Turning Point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. I don't know if there was exactly one sequence or things that, kind of turned the tide in your favor. It just really felt like the defense was, the tone setter early on. And, Fennimore, not only could they not get shots off, it seemed like they couldn't get across center court at different times, especially early on in the game. Is there a specific moment or series that stands out to you as our Tricor Turning Point tonight?
I mean, I think early we gave a few offensive rebounds, which we talked about before the game. I think we were at 3 pretty early in the first half, and then at halftime they were still at 3. So I think when those stopped and we could get some turnovers, like Fennimore runs a lot of great sets, and they would be pretty hard to guard, and we were fortunate enough to be able to take them out of a lot of those sets just because of our pressure tonight. So I thought somewhere in that early to middle part of the first half where we really clamped down on the offensive rebounds, on their offensive rebounds, I think was probably a bit of a turning point there.
All right, excellent. This is our Tricor Turning Point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. It's time now for the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP, brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Herms's will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Scoring-wise, you could go with Allie Ingersoll, who had 20 points. You had 1, 2, 3 players in double figures tonight. Who would you submit as your MVP for Cuba City tonight?
Nope, that's the radio guy's job. I think it was just a tremendous team win. Like that's how you want. You've got 14 through 18-year-olds who took finals this week, who had a tough loss this week, and how are they going to respond? And they responded, like our kids respond. And I think that's just a team MVP win. So I'm proud of the whole group.
All right. I'll handle that one for you. So I will name Allie Ingersoll as the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP tonight.
I support that.
Okay. Now our West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste. Presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Maybe an unsung hero for Cuba City tonight. Anyone you would think is worthy of that?
There's a few on our team that you could call scrapper of the game almost every game. And, the people that, I'm looking at the scorebook here and I see Bethany had 7 tonight and Lola had 8 tonight, but their defense, the way they fly around the court, what a great name for them, scrapper of the game. And that's what they do. It's what they do in practice. It's what they know. It's who they are. And it just has such a huge impact for our team. So both of them, along with the whole rest of our defense, did a great job.
All right, excellent. So those are the co-scrappers of the game brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Yeah, you can submit as many players as you want for the scrapper of the game, and sometimes it has to be that way just with the performance, the way it plays out. But looking ahead for Cuba City, Coach, Tuesday got Prairie du Chien, and then a big matchup on Thursday against Darlington. We'll have that game here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Message to the team and the things you'll be emphasizing with the games coming up next week.
Let's start getting ready for Prairie.
All right. Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate
Thanks
the
for your
time.
coverage.
Yep. Thanks a lot. That's Coach Jason Derby of the Cuba City Cubans, kind enough to join us on our postgame show. Cuba City a winner, 68-34 over the Fennimore Golden Eagles. We'll have more on our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
Having chronic knee pain shouldn't mean giving up the things you enjoy. Grant Regional Health Center's orthopedic team now offers the latest technology with robotic-assisted knee replacement surgery. This significant advancement combines the expertise of our surgical team with the precise accuracy of robotic technology. Innovative surgery, compassionate care, right in Lancaster. Learn more at grantregional.com/knee or call us at 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Don't miss Ice Fest at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium on January 24th and 25th. From 10 a.m. until 2, come dressed for indoor and outdoor fun for the whole family, all included with general admission. Go for the gold with Winter Olympics-themed activities, enjoy history demonstrations, experience To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA, and more. S'mores and hot chocolate are available for purchase. For a detailed list of activities, head to rivermuseum.org/events. Don't miss Ice Fest, January 24th and 25th, only at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium.
In Game 9.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City, your winner over Fennimore, 2:34 on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In high school wrestling over on 97.7 Country WGLR, in the third triangular match, Fennimore defeats Cuba City Benton Southwestern 47-27. And on X1071, a final in overtime, Lancaster defeats Platteville 70-63. And other scores we can tell you about in girls basketball. Potosi Cassville, a winner over Judah, 66-54. Thank you to Brad Adams for that score. Coming up next on our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show, we'll recap the individual scoring of all our players who competed here this evening, and we'll look ahead to what our Queen Bee Radio sports schedule looks like in high school sports next week as the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show continues after this on Dubuque Super Hits 106, KIYX Sageville Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10. People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Trade out and trade up with the Gia Milking Performance promotion at Fuller's Milker Center. For a limited time, trade out your old milking units and liners and immediately benefit by trading up to a better milking performance at substantial savings. Choose from the Gia IQ milking unit or the classic 300E milking unit, both available with a GQ liner package. Plus, save if you need to swap Jetter cups too. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to find out how you can save big trading out and trading up on new Gia milking equipment technology.
In Game 10. Postgame 1 minute.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
A fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt. At up to 100 times more potent than morphine, the tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing Postgame Show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City defeats Fennimore in Swall girls basketball tonight, 68-34. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Looking at the individual scoring tonight for the Cuba City Cubans. They were led in scoring tonight by Allie Ingersoll with 20 points in the contest. 12 points for Allie Morovitz and 10 for Ashley Rowe. 3 players in double figures for Cuba City here tonight. Also scoring for the Cubans, 8 points for Lola Dressler, 7 points for Bethany Doherty, 5 points for Savannah Krieger, 3 points for Erica Dressler, and 2 for Trina Redfern, and 1 for Lainey Welp. Lainey Welp was 1 of 2 at the free throw line tonight. Other players seeing action but not scoring for Cuba City tonight include Emerson Niles, Brooke Terpstra, and Lily Shireman. As a team, Cuba City was 8 of 16 from the free throw line and had 12 three-point makes on the contest. And for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, they were led in scoring tonight by Kylie Cole with 11 points. 6 points apiece for Kate Kenny and Campbell Fitzgerald. 5 points for Brooklyn Ritchie. 3 points for Briley Zink. All of her points coming from the free throw line. Eden Fry had a 2-point bucket. And Ava Winkers was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Catherine Nelson saw action but did not score. Peyton Landowski started and did not score for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. As a team, Fennimore shot 7 of 17 from the free throw line and had 5 three-point makes on the game. Cuba City improves to 9-6 on the season. They are 6-1 in the Swall. Their next game is coming up Tuesday at Prairie du Chien. Then they have a game on Thursday at home against Darlington. We'll have that game right here on Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then another conference game coming up on January 27th at Southwestern. As for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, their schedule gets tough as well. Coming up Tuesday, they are at Lancaster. We'll have that game on X1071 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thursday at home against Mineral Point, and then on January 27th at Darlington. So a big-time stretch for the Fennimore Golden Eagles coming up as the Eagles fall to 11-5 and 5-2 in the Swall. We'll take another timeout. We'll do a quick check on the shoebox scoreboard and close up shop from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City High School. Once again, Cuba City your winner over Fennimore, 68-34. Our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show wraps up after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 1 minute.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Hello, my name is Andrea Delzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. If I had one message for the general public, it would be relax. Some folks get really flustered around disabled people, so they just pretend we're not there. I've actually had waiters talk to my companion and completely ignore me. People with disabilities just want the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
This is a message from United Spinal Association. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
You want to give your baby everything, so start with a safe sleep area. Babies younger than 1 should always be placed to sleep on their backs on a firm and flat surface like a safety-approved crib. And keep blankets, pillows, and other soft or loose items out of the crib when the baby is in it. Learn more about safe sleep for babies at safetosleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Postgame 1 minute.
Wrapping up the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City, your winner over Fennimore in small girls basketball tonight. Some updates on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Prairie du Chien, a winner over Richland Center, 49-43. Kickapoo beats North Crawford, 49-30. Mineral Point gets the win over Iowa Grant, 52-38. So you mentioned earlier, Lancaster beat Platteville in overtime, 70-63. And in high school wrestling that we had earlier tonight on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. In the first dual meet, Iowa Grant Highland defeated Cuba City Benton Southwestern 52-27. In the second match, Iowa Grant Highland over Fennimore 43-34. And in the third match, Fennimore defeats Cuba City Benton Southwestern 47-27. Also another girls basketball final that we can tell you about. Potosi Cassville beats Judah 66-54. Those are all the latest updates that we see on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We'll have the full recap of our high school sports scene tomorrow morning on your favorite Queen Bee Radio family of stations during morning news and sports. We handed out the postgame awards a little bit earlier when we were talking with Coach Jason Derby, our Hermses Ace Hardware of the game, brought to you by Hermses Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermses Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Goes to Ellie Ingersoll with 20 points on the game for Cuba City. And our West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, Coach Jason Derby submitted Bethany Doherty and Savannah Krieger as our co-scrappers of the game here tonight. And the Tricor Turning Point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. It was when Cuba City was able to lock down Fennimore's offensive rebounding and force Fennimore into a lot of one-shot possessions that helped Cuba City set themselves apart from the Golden Eagles tonight as Cuba City gets the win 68-34. No high school games tomorrow on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, but we do have 3 games coming up on Monday night. In girls basketball, we have action in the Six Rivers West with Potosi Cassville taking on River Ridge. That'll be on 97.7 Country WGLR, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also in girls basketball, Highland at Belmont. Big matchup in the Six Rivers West. That'll be on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And in boys basketball, non-conference action as Lancaster comes here to Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium to take on the Cuba City Cubans. That'll be on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. You can always check out the full Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. Well, that'll wrap up our broadcast tonight from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Thank you to Carey Lawson and the entire staff here at Cuba City for being gracious hosts as always, and for the padded folding chairs, always underrated when calling games here at Cuba City. Thank you to Carey and the entire staff. Thanks to both head coaches Ben Wood of Fennimore and Jason Derby for the pregame interviews, as well as Coach Derby Allie Ingersoll and Ashley Rowe for joining me for some post-game interviews during our Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Cuba City beats Fennimore 68-34 in Swall girls basketball. Cuba City improves to 9-6. Fennimore falls to 11-5. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night from Cuba City, and we'll see you for more basketball coming up on Monday. Have a great weekend.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
This is Dubuque's Super Hits 106, playing music for your generation. KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. On your radio, your computer, your smartphone, your smart speaker, and superhits106.com.